Hello judges and opponent. Today we are given the motion this house for our prisons. Our seeing prisons make society safer and more humane. Prison only case people rather than support the community by ensuring the access to food, shelter, education, healthcare, and freedom. We should consider new ways other than prisons to make our communities safer, more sustainable, healthier, and more successful for all. I have two main points: quality of life and safer society. Let me explain my first point: quality of life. Prisons do not have provided the minimum standards of healthy living. For example, United States Department of Justice reports that there is over 8,210 cases of sexual abuse in prisons. 80% of women sexually abused by prison guards. A 60-year-old boy Rodney committed suicide because he couldn't stand sexual abuse by many adults. According to the Nikkei newspaper, January 10th in 2014, at least 218 prisoners died in Brazil prison because the prison guards violently beat them. In Tokushima, Japan, prisoners with disease couldn't get enough treatment or medicine, so 6 people died. They are just a sample of the cases when prisoners' human rights are violated. According to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 25, everyone has the right to standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care and necessary social service, and the right to security in the event of sickness, disability, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. Clearly, prisoners' human rights are violated. Let me explain my second point: safer societies. Less prisons make less crime. More prisons means more crime. Let's compare the example of United States and Finland. According to Angela Davis, professor of the University of California in Santa Cruz, the tough on crime policy of the 1980s in the United States did not produce safer communities or drop in the crime rate. It just created more prison. The war created more crimes and filled prisons with drug addicts and non-violent offenders. According to Critical Resistance, only about 1% of 2.5 million people in U.S. prisons are there for violent offenses like murder, rape, and pedophilia. Communities with high incarceration rates are less stable and less safe. Families are broken up. Communities rely on the state to intervene in disputes that can be resolved by the people themselves. In the U.S., prison is a violent place that often makes non-violent inmates become more violent. This violent institution only brings about more violence, domestic violence, child abuse, assault beyond the wall of prisons. On the other hand, Finland shows us that less prisons decrease crime. 30 years ago, Finland had strict prison like Russia, and one of the highest rates of imprisonment in Europe. There changes the prison system. Over the last 2 decades, more than 40,000 Finns have been spread prison. $12 million in costs have been saved, and the crime rate has gone down to low Scandinavian levels. These two cases show us that less prisons make society safer. Therefore, we should move towards abolishing prison and creating kinder society for all. Thank you.